the open houses, beyond the open houses. So I want to thank all of you for being here tonight. Our amazing administrative assistant, Dorinda C. Mangal, has been working tirelessly behind the scenes to coordinate and bring all of you here, and also Simone Dornbach, who is here with us tonight. She's a council member, and she has taken the lead in the committee to really spearhead the high school town hall. Last week we had a middle school town hall, and we had over 80 people joining with us on that night, on a weeknight. So we don't know how many will be here, but however, this is going to be viewed on various platforms: YouTube, our Facebook page, our online page, etc., etc., etc. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. How this works, you're going to present. We'll give you a time check. Maybe Utah, you can keep a kind of more or less a time check, more or less, 5 to 7 minutes. We'll give you a little warning. Hey, you can wrap it up at this point. We don't want to do that while you're talking, but you kind of keep a check in your end there, so you be equitable with time. But please don't go past 10 minutes, because then it really puts to the place to really lose a lot of families. And then we're forced to give everyone 10 minutes, and we can't do that. But we'll take questions at the end. After you present, you can go back in the chat and look and see if anyone had any questions while you were presenting, and answer those questions directly to them if you like. But we don't want to encourage answering questions as you are presenting, and then that becomes unending. We do have a segment at the end of our presentations where we ask our participants to write a word "speak" in the chat feature, and we call them in the order in which they put "speak" so they can ask the question or make a comment. Does anyone have a question before we start? Okay, I'll take that silence as a no. Okay, so let's do this. Go ahead, Dorinda. Do you mind, Simone? Can you please go ahead and let everyone in, Simone?
I can do this just before we start.
Yes, go ahead.
You could rename yourself so that we know from which school you're the principal or assistant principal. If you could let us know, that will make it easier to announce you. And Dorinda, I don't know if you saw, can you please give Nathifa co-host rights?
Definitely. I just let everyone in, okay?
Okay.
Excellent. So, Annabelle, if you don't mind, please renaming yourself and put the school you're with and which your title. Will be great. Also, too, like from last week's town hall, middle school town hall, a lot of families were asking, are there going to be a in-person open house? They kept asking and asking for that in-person walk-through thing. So if you have those things, you can highlight that. If not, you can put the information on the chat feature as you go along. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. Dorinda, can you please let everyone in, please? It's 6:40.
I did already, Vijay. Oh. Everyone is in.
Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. So the time now is 6:40 p.m. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to CEC's District 28.
Now joining.
Can we make sure Mr. Shishri Das is muted? There you go. So once again, good afternoon. My name is Vijay Ramjat. I'm the CEC President for 28. Welcome to CEC28 High School Town Hall. So many of you may be asking, how come we are hosting a high school town hall? So you parents out there, as you know, CEC28, we are oversee elementary and middle schools, but we do have some schools in our district that has both elementary and middle schools. But we also know too, all of our kids are going to go to high school. So tonight's town hall, by popular demand, is being hosted by this council to provide a space for our schools in our district, some of them, and outside of our district, to present to you, the families, about the different schools. I want to thank our council members for doing a wonderful job in preparing and planning and executing this job, this task today. Special thank you to Dorinda C. Mangal, our AA, who has been working behind the scenes, and to Simone Dornbach, who has been planning and engaging, who will lead this session tonight here. So thank you again, and Simone, I'll pass the mic over to you.
Thank you, Vijay, and welcome parents, welcome principals and assistant principals. Thank you so much for coming tonight. What I would like to do now is ask the interpreters to give instructions in English.
Las instrucciones en inglés. Okay. You mean in Spanish?
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Yes,
That's what I meant. Thank you.
Okay, buenas noches a todos. Si ustedes quieren una interpretación simultánea de esta junta del ayuntamiento, por favor marquen el 347 966-4114. Otra vez, 347-966-4114. Y después, ya que estén adentro, necesitan marcar el código 957-078-202. 957-078-202 y después el símbolo de número. Gracias. Okay.
Thank you. I believe we have a second interpreter.
Yes, that would be me.
Okay. Thank you. So yeah, I don't know how it works behind the scenes with the interpretation, but thank you to both of you for interpreting tonight for our parents. So we will be hearing presentations from, I believe, 6 high schools. One high school, unfortunately, had to cancel today's participation. If you have any questions, we ask you to write into the chat, speak, and then we will have a list of parents with questions. And at the end of all presentations, you will be able to ask questions to the principals and assistant principals. And with that said, I would love to introduce Principal Wilbur from Forest Hills High School. Please share with us what Forest Hills High School has to offer to our families.
Good evening, everybody. I know that it's hard at this time of night to take time, but this is also the really important search for high schools. And so I'm happy to be able to present on behalf of Forest Hills High School. Thank you, Mr. Ramjatan, for sponsoring this moment. The search for high school is not easy. And so we hope that this will provide you with some information to allow it to be just a little less hard. I'm happy to answer some questions, but have a lot of information to provide. I'll share my screen to do so. So the Forest Hills High School is a large comprehensive high school. It's a very popular school with a lot of different programs. I've included here some of the socials tags, so you can take a look at what is happening at Forest Hills High School through our postings. Also, our website is a great place to visit to see where our students are currently and the success that they've had recently. We try to update all of those resources on a regular basis. I'm Paul Wilbur, I'm the principal. Another contact point would be Assistant Principal Ebanks. I've tried to include that information here, and I'll put it back in the chat when just for the ability for you all to have it in front of you. We have a 93.7% graduation rate at Forest Hills High School. As I said, it's a very popular school with 3,450 students. We are able to take the varied interests and engage students in a myriad of programs. Some of them are listed here, including the languages, which include American Sign Language, Chinese, French, Hebrew, and Japanese. Our connections to pushing academics through college opportunities and college level opportunities are deep. They include our connections with LaGuardia Community College and Queens College. We also have 24 advanced placement class offerings. Advanced placement classes allow students to study university level work in high school. They take an exam in May, and doing well on the exam, they have the potential of getting college credit. We're the New York State champs in a We the People competition, which is a constitution-based competition. And we had a lot of success through New York City being through the Science Olympiad program and represented one of the regions of New York City in Cornell, I believe it was last year. Our programs are varied. The application programs here are the bold programs. I will discuss them further, but as you discuss or as you think about with your student, there are 12 choices. The choices that you can list include some of these. the Academy of Chinese Studies, the Spanish Dual Language Program, the Sagan STEM program, our law program, our drama program, which has an audition component, as does our music program, has an audition component to it. More about that in a moment. And those families who are zoned will be able to enter through the zone program. We do have programs that are available to students once they're admitted. They include our Academy of Public Service, our Business Academy, and our Computer Science program. I mention these because sometimes it's hard for students to imagine what it would be that they would do once they're in through the zone program, for example. And being part of the Computer Science or the Academy of Public Service may be the very thing that helps them focus and get engaged and have an opportunity. So this is our club's activities. This is a list that changes constantly depending on the student interest. And what I hope you can take away from something like this, and then the following slide with our sports, is that we offer a lot for students to get involved. The academics are strong, but so too are is the opportunity for students to find something that's engaging for them. Our first academy is the Drama Academy. Auditions in person have been completed, but you could, if you're interested, submit a 1 to 2 minute monologue from a published play through the My Schools account. If you're interested in auditioning, those directions are on our website. You can still submit the electronic version. The Drama Academy lives in the attic upstairs under a newly renovated black box theater. They do different types of activities, including authoring their own plays and performing them, doing one act, doing Shakespeare selections, and performing for the community, which is a really important piece of what our drama and our actors and our musicians will do. To be sure, our music department offers a wide variety of opportunities for students. Here you have one of the orchestras, or that's, sorry, on the left you have the jazz band, and on the right one of the choruses. This academy also has an audition program. You can also apply currently through the My Schools account. Our in-person auditions have finished. The truth is, as part of when I put my email up, if you have questions about how to do the auditioning, we're happy to answer them. I'd like to take one moment to play for you from Beauty and the Beast.
Barely even friends, then somebody bends unexpectedly. Just a little change. Small to say the least.
Too loud?
Both a little scared, neither one prepared.
The reason I'm showing the video is precisely because I want to make sure that you understand that the quality of the production that the music department will produce. This year we'll be putting on Footloose, and students have the opportunity to act within the musical department, which is a great opportunity for everyone. This is a course. It's called Play Pro. Let me see if I can get out of the music piece. And as I said, this year they're doing Footloose. Last year, in COVID, we had to put on hold Newsies, which was going to be the musical for that year, but it was something that we had to delay. I'm not quite sure what I've lost here. Let's see if I apologize. I'm going to stop sharing and see if I come out of it.
Even friends.
I'm obviously the tech king. There we go. Our Academy of Chinese Studies offers a wide variety of opportunities for students with a Chinese language background, including trips and the study of Chinese culture in school and the use of the development of their language skills throughout the time at Forest Hills High School. Similarly, we have a dual language program that encourages students with a Spanish language background to work with students who don't necessarily have a Spanish language background. Many of our FENR schools have a dual language program, and we like to provide this opportunity for students who have come from them to continue their studies in Spanish in a setting where they use both English and Spanish for their content areas. Our law program is one of the more popular programs. Students participate in a variety of career-oriented opportunities, including the moot court and the mock trial. Last year, our students competed in the Thurgood Marshall Courthouse because they advanced so far in the process of the moot court and mock trial competitions. There are also internships associated with the Law Academy, which gives students an experience in law firms to develop a sense of what's happening in that career field. Our Business Academy is connected with a CTE, a Career and Technical Education Certificate, as the students develop their own virtual enterprise. It's a for lack of a better term, a fake business, but it's a fully developed program, and they compete against other virtual enterprise programs in the city and the nation. Our Academy of Public Service is an academy dedicated to encouraging students to be civic-minded, to think about others before selves. They are involved in many different things. Pictured is the Fall Festival. We hold a fall festival with a pumpkin patch. Students get their hands painted, their face painted. They play games, the older kids playing with the younger kids, but they also go to elementary schools and they teach civics and financial literacy. Our other very popular program is the Sagan STEM program. Sagan STEM program is a screened program, meaning that students would have to have at the minimum of a 90 average to enter. This program allows students to choose in their second year 4 different pathways, including engineering and computer science, competitive research, applied science, and health professions. Those programs have practical or internship type opportunities. The health professions pathway, for example, includes internships and rounds in our local hospital. Our computer science element of the Sagan program allows students to participate in robotics. And so our robotics program has developed over the past few years. And here you can see our robotics team in competition. Along with the development of robotics, we've also been working very hard to develop the programming opportunities. So our students partner with Microsoft in the TEALS program in order to gain access to different programming languages. They also compete in hackathons and attend CS fairs, computer science fairs. Again, a summary of our programs. The ones that you apply for are the ones that are listed in bold. But if you were to come to Forest Hills, there's a lot to a student can take advantage of, including the 3 other programs mentioned there. Our website is foresthillshighschoolhs.org. There is a lot on the website. I encourage you to visit to see what's happening, to watch our drama department put on the Good Day Forest Hills, which is the news program, or to read The Beacon, which is the Forest Hills newspaper. Again, here are our socials. I'll put some of the information in the chat space. I certainly appreciate your time, and I wish you lots of luck in what is a daunting process.
Thank you so much for your presentation, Principal Wilbur. I would like now to ask Assistant Principal Manso from BTEC to present. I also apologies. I also noticed that we have Principal Kevin Lopez here with us. He presented in our last calendar meeting about the new high school. If you would like to present again, like a small presentation, 5 to 7 minutes, you could do that at the end of if that is okay with you.
Yes, thank you for the opportunity. I certainly have a condensed presentation. I look forward to it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. So thank you, AP Manso. Please go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Hi, I'm Melissa Manzo. I'm assistant principal at Business Technology Early College High School, or BTEC as we refer to it. I appreciate the invite from all of you to be here and go over our school offerings and see if this may be a good fit for you. So same thing as Principal Wilbur, just give me a second with the tech. Our kids are much better at this than we are, I will say that. Okay. And everybody can see my screen? Thumbs up? Okay, awesome. Thank you. So again, welcome to BTEC, or Business Technology Early College High School. Our mission, so our school, we really focus on the whole student regarding academic, social, emotional, and post-secondary college, career, and building college and career readiness throughout the time that students are with us. Our achievements, so these are just a few things. Last year, our class of 2022 had over $2 million of scholarships, and which we were really proud of. We had our first NCAA received scholarship as well, because now we're an approved program. Students graduated with over 400 college credits in total as a class. We had a 90% attendance rate and a graduation rate of 99%, with almost every single student with a post-secondary plan. We have one post-secondary counselor, and she works really hard. We actually just had our college and career fair today, so she worked really hard to ensure that students had a pathway for after they graduate. So what makes BTEC special or different? We're only one of 11 9 through 14 early college ECI Institute high school, which means that our students have the opportunity to start taking college classes in 10th grade, and they could graduate with up to 35 college credits. Upon graduation, students can then decide to stay on with us to earn their associate's degree. We're a very diverse school community, both by faculty and staff, which we really love. We are the only high school in the city to provide a pathway from QCC, Queensborough Community College is our college partner. When students graduate with their business administration with a 2.5 or higher GPA, they can then get direct admissions to Baruch Zicklin School of Business. So we're really proud of being partners with QCC and that they have that articulation agreement with Baruch. We also offer 2 associate's degree, one in business administration, that's an associate's, and an information internet technology AAS degree. So students could take those degrees, the AAS go into their job force, or they could take the credits that they earned and then transfer to another school. We're also, like I said before, NCAA approved program for student athletes. We're also a CTE school in information technology with Amazon curriculum. Students choose their pathways in 10th grade, so not upon admissions, which is different. So students can choose between the QCC pathway, CTE, or the AP or advanced placement pathway, and that happens after they are already in with us, and we give them a sampling in 9th grade of each of those pathways. We are a recognized SEL or social emotional learning school by both Urban Assembly and C. And last year, again, was 98, 99% graduation rate, depending on which thing you look at. So pathways, like I said, there are 3. So there's AP, CTE, and our QCC or Queensborough Community College pathway. So endless opportunities, I mentioned before, you could get up to 35 college credits. You could earn your applied associate's degree. We've had students intern at WorldNet International, Citibank, American Express. Our students have gotten jobs through American Express, and that was in year 5 and 6. You can get a CT endorsed diploma. Again, we're one of only 2 schools that offer the AWS or the Amazon curriculum. Students take courses, and then in 11th grade, they complete their certification, and then they could get that CT endorsement. Students also can apply for work-based learning opportunities that include internships, job site visits. We do have advanced placement courses, and we really focus on college and career readiness. So these are just some college visits that we've done in the past. So just to give some ideas, Temple, we did Adelphi, Stony Brook. We usually do about 4 in the fall and then another 2 to 3 in the spring. Like I said, we had our college and career fair today. We also really celebrate all of this of students post-secondary. So we have Decision Day celebration. We end in a carnival. We do Career Week for College and Career Spirit Week for Application Week. We bring in people to help students with their applications and also essays. These are just some places that students have gone before once they've graduated. So they've gotten Posse Scholarship, they've gone into Macaulay Honors, Sophie B. Davis, to name a few. And again, internships and trade opportunities. We try to focus on both college and career throughout our program. So life at BTech, so we talked about social emotional, we talked about academics. We have tons of events all the time. We are PSAL, we're co-located in the Martin Van Buren campus, so we are part of MVB's sports. And again, we're NCAA approved, so students who are student athletes have the opportunity to get scholarships for Division I, Division II, Division III. We do community group, National Honor Society, yearbook. We have tons of clubs. There are just a few here. We also do BTech Bash at the end of the year. I'm a founding member, so for 10 years we've been doing that. It's right before Regencies. It's like a huge carnival, and everybody just kind of celebrates and chills before they take their Regents exams. The next week we're doing Thanksgiving feast, where families and students bring in a dish of their choosing, and the whole entire school gets together in a big buffet style with their community groups, and we do some social emotional gratitude and also celebration for Thanksgiving. This year also, we're very excited. We have a D75 school in our school's building as well, and we're paired up where it's a mentoring program and a friendship buddy program, the Best Buddies. So students from our school and the D75 come together once a month to do activities and to learn from one another. So that's pretty cool too. And then those are just some after school clubs on the right as well that we offer. We do Math Squad for our IIT or CTE students, or even students that are at QCC. They are our tech squad that come together. We do have music. We teach students guitar, piano, and also drums. My office is right next to it, so it's really cool to hear all the music. These are some pictures of things that we've done. So we do staff first student events. They usually kick our butt because they're a lot younger, and we call alumni, and then we kind of even the playing field. We have some honor roll. We always do honor roll dinner, and then the staff first student basketball, senior events, and then our lab. So we do have some open houses coming up. We have our last virtual this Saturday from 10 to 11, and we have our last in person on November 28th. And once I get off, I will put that information in the chat for you. This is just a summary of our school, of the things that we do offer as a reminder, and good luck. We know, like Principal Wilbur said, it is an arduous process, so we appreciate and thank you for listening about our school. Applications coming up soon, December 1st. Our website has a ton of information on it as well. I'm trying to see, and I think I'm out of time. So this is, if you want to RSVP, QR code right there. And thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Sorry, I'm working behind the scenes, and sometimes it's getting very busy behind the scenes. Thank you very much for your presentation. If you could also please put your contact information into the chat for our parents, that would be wonderful. Thank you. Next, I would like to invite to speak Assistant Principal from Queens High School for the Sciences at York College. I believe this is Dr. Annabelle Prince. Am I correct about that?
Yes. Hi, how are you? Thank you. Thank you for inviting me to this presentation. I'll try to share my screen as well, if I can find my presentation. I don't know where it is. Do you mind if I just talk about it instead of a PowerPoint? Well,
That's okay. That's totally
okay,
okay
great.
with me.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, I'll just keep this brief. So I'm the assistant principal at Queens High School for the Sciences. We're the only specialized high school in Queens. We have a great location. We're located right by a transportation hub in Jamaica. So you can take the E to the last stop. There's a lot of buses. There's also the F train right by Hillside Avenue, and then it's a 7-minute walk. I'm from Forest Hills myself, so I often have to take the either train to get there. We're a very diverse school body. We represent students from all over Queens, but we also have students coming in from the Bronx and Brooklyn. They have a long commute, but they just love getting up early in the morning and coming over there. But predominantly our students are from all over Queens. We have students who speak a variety of languages. We have a lot of Chinese students, Korean students, Bangladeshi students, Indian students, Caribbean, African American. So we're really big on celebrating that diversity. Something that's really cool about us is that we have a lot of accelerated courses. In fact, about 5% of our courses are accelerated. So students start off with a pre-AP track, and then they move to the AP coursework right in 10th grade, and then they start their college coursework in 10th, 11th, and really a lot of college coursework in 12th grade. So we offer over 15 AP classes, even though we're a really small school. We're about 500 students. But something that we really believe in is that every student should have access to any course of their desire. We do not track students. We do not have any prerequisites for any of our advanced coursework. If you have a desire for a course and it fits in your schedule, then you have a seat. That's what we believe in. We really believe in that sort of equity and that opportunity for students to be in challenging coursework and, prepare them for the next stage of their life, whether it's a college of their dreams or a career choice of their passion. So our students, in fact, we have a 100% AP rate, which means every single student graduates with at least one AP. On average, our students graduate with about 7 to 8 advanced placement coursework on their transcript. We just got the highest award by College Board for our AP outreach. We were able to get platinum distinguishing certificate for just having that kind of access for every single student. We also have an extremely unique college program. It's built into the students' coursework. So our students take college classes while they're in our school building during the school day. And our teachers are certified professors by CUNY to teach these courses. So your child doesn't have to leave the building. They don't have to go on a Saturday or after school. They are, when they have third period English, it's actually their college English class. So it's really a very unique program. On average, our students graduate with about 30 college credits. So we save parents a lot of money. We've noticed that the majority of the credits are transferable. Of course, when it comes to certain schools like Yale or Harvard or Columbia, they want their money, so they tend to be a little bit more picky with the credits. But in general, our parents were able to save about a year of college tuition, and our students graduate college in 3 years. So we have a 100% graduation rate. We have a 99% advanced Regents diploma rate. This is the highest Regents diploma that you can get in the state of New York. Over 65% of our students actually get advanced Regents diploma with honors distinction or destination. This means that they score above 90 on all their math and science Regents exams. So our teachers work really hard, our students work really hard, and year after year, when it comes to college application time, our students really get a lot of offers of any college that they desire. So we're very fortunate in that. We have a awesome counseling team. We have about 3 counselors, so we're really small, but our counselors stay with your child throughout the 4 years, and they meet your child anywhere from 3 to 5 or 6 times a year. So it's very hands-on. We really believe in making sure that every child is known by at least one adult, and that your child isn't lost in, and your child isn't just an OSIS number, but that, somebody at the school knows who your child is, what they're passionate about, what their personality is about, and what they want and what you want for them. We have very intensive college support. So the college application process starts in 9th grade. All our 9th graders have a Naviance account. They also have a CUNY MPL ID, so they're able to start applying for college classes right in 10th grade. Our 9th graders really start talking about goal setting and how to work on executive functioning skills. That builds up, and our college application process actually starts in junior year. So by the time students start September in their senior year, they've already done their college applications, meaning that they have their recommendation letters, they have their college essay, they know which 20 to 30 schools they want to apply to. And really we spend September and October making sure that all the paperwork is done, and the FAFSA and those kind of presentations. About 95% of our students actually apply for early action, early decision, which this year was November 1st. So the majority of our students have already applied for college.
Sorry,
and that's really the testament. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. The time is 7 minutes, so just a reminder. You can please wrap up.
Thank you for reminding. Yeah, I'm almost done. So thanks for reminding. So besides, the college support and our academics, we do a lot of student activities and clubs. Our clubs are actually built into the day. So every Friday between 3rd period and 4th period, students go to clubs. They actually create the clubs and lead the clubs. We also have other activities like trips. We do Broadway shows. This year we're planning to go to Spain as our international trips. And we have a lot of other student activities like Battle of the Grades, homecoming, multicultural feast, and those sort of things. So we're well-rounded school for your child. And that's it.
Thank you so much, Dr. Prince. If you could also please leave your contact information and maybe the website for the parents, so that if they have any questions, they can get back to you. I know that for this year it's too late, but I think it's always good to know for those who have siblings, who have more than one kid, that this is an option, and it's wonderful to hear from everything that you have to offer. Thank you so much. I would now like to ask Principal Ojeda from Edison High School to present. I don't know, did I mispronounce your name, Principal Ojeda from Edison High School? Let's see. Okay, I don't know, maybe there is an unmuting problem. I would say we are going forward with the next presenter, and I'm going to try to find out what happened. Principal Johnsons from Queens Metropolitan High School, could you kindly present?
Certainly. Good evening, everybody. My name is Bill Johnson. I'm the proud principal of Queens Metropolitan High School. Our program code and social media tag should be up on the screen for everybody. I'm proud to say this is actually my first presentation on behalf of Queens Metropolitan. I'm excited to be here with you guys. The best way to track us is through our website and social media. You'll find we're very active on Instagram. We have a very successful athletics program on the campus, and you'll spend a lot of time kind of seeing the things that we get into every day. We are a zoned program. Servicing Central Queens, located in Forest Hills. Queens Metropolitan kind of sits at the pivot point as a college and career preparatory school, much as my colleagues before me spoke. Our real goal is to prepare students for their post-secondary endeavors. In most cases, for our students, that's college, but we continue to broaden our options around the military with our JROTC program and other college and career endeavors for our students. But our real focus is preparing students for those opportunities and options. Our core values are leadership, building of relationships, scholarship, and citizenship, which to me are really the core values of Queens. Born and raised here in the borough my entire life, and I found that these to be guiding principles not only for my school, but also for our proud borough. One of our job and responsibility now is to prepare our students for not for careers of 2023 and 2024, but for the careers of 2030 and 2040. And doing that, we'd be doing them a disservice if we didn't include deep study in computer science, cybersecurity, a wide variety of AP exams and opportunities, which I'll talk about in a minute. But really our goal is to prepare students for not just what they're going to be doing tomorrow, but what they're going to be doing 10 and 15 years from now. We have an established pathway for computer science for all, computer science, engineering, and technology pathway. That much like our other schools you've heard from, there's no screen, there's nothing that guides you in or out of this process. We try to keep these programs as open as possible for our students at Queens Metro. But as you see, there's a continuum for us where kids are exposed to different programming languages through a variety of different courses and undertaking, terminating in the end with optimally a career or a college opportunity in computer sciences. We're a Civics for All school. Civics is an important part of the underlying of being a community school, a real center of what Queens and Forest Hills is meant to be. Our students focus on service in the community, and you'll often hear students talking about how their service has impacted either their lives or the lives of their fellow students at Metro. We offer a lot of AP classes. We offer a lot of College Now classes, 15 AP classes, 4 College Now classes. We're in the process of working on a memorandum of agreement with another local college to really expand that wholeheartedly. And start to credit the students for classes that they're selecting themselves. As you can see, we offer a large cross-section of elective courses that are really student-centered and student-driven, and kind of give us, let's say, older adults a peek or a perspective into what interests the students. You know, what interested kids years ago is not the same as today. The idea of coding in R and Swift and building your career around the development of apps and is really the place that we need to be in order to make sure that our students are prepared to meet tomorrow's challenges. So all of our elective courses are really to stir kind of out of student interest. As one of my colleagues has mentioned, if you have an interest and we have a course, we've got a good match for you. Typical 9th grade schedule, I won't go over with you because it's kind of the same across for everybody. The kids will take art, music, ELA, all the usual. It's really we're in our extracurriculars and our college knowledge program where we really differentiate ourselves. We have a very active PTA that even in the absence of international trips on the school behalf have made sure that our students are still able to receive all the opportunities. This year, they're planning a trip for next year to national parks, which seems to be something that I never thought our inner city Queens kids would be interested in, but they're really interested in doing hiking in the Grand Canyon. Listen, if the kids are interested in it, we can connect them with it. That's our job. What really sets us apart is our career college pathways. Students at Queens Metro take essentially start their college journey from the first week of their freshman year. Once a week, they take a course geared throughout the 4 years of high school, really to make them knowledgeable consumers when they are presented with those college and career, those rich opportunities as they start to graduate in the 12th grade. College 99 really starts to make the students think about themselves as learners and how them as a learner and all of these other hard skills that we can give them around manipulating and facilitating their life through the reality that we live in, things like Gmail, Google Drive, and all of these other things, and how those build upon other hard skills and soft skills throughout their high school career to build them into the young adults that we then send off into these wide varieties of college. In college, 100 students start to talk about SAT and PSAT and use that course as part of their mechanism to prepare for those competitive exams. They'll do research on CUNY and SUNY colleges. They'll start to have conversations about priorities and what's important to them leading into college. 101, students begin to work and finalize on their essays. They go through with our very experienced counselors, the college version of the arduous process that all my colleagues have so clearly commiserated with the families for going through. The high school process isn't easy. The college process is even more difficult. But at Queens Metro, we equip parents and students so that they can make smart decisions as consumers among all of the competitive offers that our students receive. By the time they're in college 102, they are filling out forms, FAFSA, and really having a curated exposure to the college process, which is something in many suburban districts that families pay a lot of money for. But it's one of the things that's embedded in Metro's culture, and one of the key things I think that differentiates us from my colleagues that you've heard from. All the schools in District 28 are awesome. All of my colleagues that spoke before me and will speak after me represent great schools that are a good match for different people. I hope that Queens Metro is the match for all of your students, because why do we have this program? We've been successful.
Time check. It's a
time
7
check.
minutes, please.
Yep, great. Just to give you guys, these are some of the awesome institutions that our students have had offers and acceptances for, because that's really what it comes down to, is what are the places that these students are then having access to on the basis of this program. All over the United States, both college and career, we have students going to top level universities, leaving for careers as electricians and other very successful skilled trades. We offer a wide variety of special ed services. We service all kids within the zone for the school, regardless of their needs. Safety and security is our priority. We are on a shared space campus with MELS, but the safety of our students is our primary concern. We are a super dominatingly successful PSAL sports campus. So if you have a student who has an interest in sports, we can almost always service them. And a rockstar PTA that I'm thankful for every day, because parents as partners make a successful school. And I'm Bill Johnson. I'm the proud principal of Queens Metropolitan High School. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your presentation, and please put your contacts into the chat. As I said, we're doing a lot in the background, so I would like to try to ask Assistant Principal Harry Persaud present. I believe you're presenting on behalf of your principal. Can you unmute yourself? If not, please type in the chat so we can find you.
Yes, can everyone hear me?
Yes, thank you.
No problem. All right, give me 1 sec. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. So yeah. Good evening, everyone. My name is AP Harry Prasad. I'm presenting on behalf of Thomas Edison High School. I'm presenting on behalf of Principal Hida. Unfortunately, he cannot be here tonight, but I'm going to go to the next slide. But we share a very similar journey. So Principal Hida was a former student of Edison, former teacher, former assistant principal, and I'm not going to talk about. I'm sorry. Yes, can you guys see? I'm sorry. Can you guys see me out?
I can hear you.
Okay,
You
perfect.
can see your screen too.
So, okay, cool. So our journey is very similar. So I was a former student of Edison myself. I'm now the assistant principal. When I started my early years for education, I did 10 years of Catholic school, where I was in a different environment. And then all my family members, including my brother and my cousins, we all branched off to high school when we left the Catholic school system after grade 8. So my brother attended Edison, all my cousins attended Edison. So for me personally, I was in that mindset where I needed to attend Edison as well. So when my brother attended Edison, he was in this architecture drafting program. And I was not the best student going back to my middle school days, but I do recall my brother in this class when I was going up for parent teacher conference, where he was in this class where he was assembling these bridges and doing all these designs, and it really resonated with me that he was doing something outside of the nature of education. However, back then in my perspective, that it was something in education. So when I was in the 8th grade application pool, I tried to I knew that I wanted to apply to this school, and I applied to all 8 of the programs that were available at that time for Edison. And unfortunately, I was not accepted. I was sent to my zone school back then, a couple of years back. So I went to high school. I wasn't the best student at that time, and I told my parents that I was not engaged. I was disconnected from the system because I was coming from a different system, coming into the public school system, and it was just like I was not engaged, and all I wanted to do was cut my class. And at the time, my mom took me back to Edison, where she took me to enrollment center. They discharged me from the DOE, and I went to Edison to try my luck. And when I got to Edison, I walked into the office. I told him, I said, this was not working for me at the time, and I really want to be in this school. And at that time, again, I was denied again. And on my way out, I met a school aide at the time that met me as I was leaving the building. She worked with my brother, who was a student at Edison a couple of years back, and she asked me what was going on. I told her I was not getting in. She went back to the principal office, kept me there. I don't know what she did at that time, and the principal came back out and said, "You know what? Come back tomorrow, and I'll have a schedule for you at Edison." This is years ago. So again, I believe in luck, So I came back the weekend later, and I got back into Edison, and it was a great experience. Again, I was only exposed to a certain amount of students at the time when I was in the Catholic school system, and now I was part of Edison, a big community. So at the time, I was exposed to only 28 students at the time throughout my 10 years in the system, and now I'm at Edison, and again, I'm only doing academics. I'm scared. I don't know what's going on. And one day when I was cutting class, because again, I was not the best student, I bumped into a teacher who told me that, who pulled me into this classroom during a hall sweep and said, just stay in here, let the hall sweep pass. And I was exposed to students just ripping apart a computer. They were taking a computer system, they were ripping apart, putting it together. And that's when I found my love for information technology. And that teacher happens to be the principal today, which is Moses Ovida, who cannot be here today. But I owe it to him for exposing me to computers at the time, but I didn't know what was called career and technical education. So that passion pushed me through my years in Edison. And I left Edison, well, before I decided to where I was going, he pushed me in the direction of being, going into the field of teaching, which is, again, he saw something in me that I didn't see at that time. And he pushed me in that direction where I went to an apprenticeship program, leaving Edison, graduating, becoming an employee of the DOE as a student teacher, going through a program called the SBA program, spending 5 years in that program, and coming back to Edison after 5 years, opening up a new evolving program called computer forensics, which later now is called cybersecurity. So again, I came back to Edison as a teacher, went through the program of the SBA program, and then later on now becoming the assistant principal overseeing all career and technical education programs. So that's a little bit about my journey. Principal Ojeda has his own journey where he started from as a student the same way as I did, went through as a teacher, assistant principal, and he became the principal. So we all have a close connection back to Edison. What those close?
We have about 3-4 minutes left. But we thank you for giving us like your personal story. It's very compelling. Thank you so much because it speaks for the school. And
yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Good. So one of the slogans that we have is our school offers a true college and career ready pathway by providing students with the rigorous academic and career curriculum. So one of the things that we all have and that builds into our system is that, and one of the good things, the unique structure of Edison is that we have everything that the students need to be successful in society and successful in academics, but we also offer that career and college pathway. On this slide here, we offer, these are some of the programs that we offer. So again, one of the things that make Edison unique is that you come to Edison with the academic, you come to Edison and you have the, you take part in the academic experience that all high schools have, but instead of taking on elective credits, these are your elective credits here, which is the career and technical education programs. So we offer up to 13 pathways that we have here. So when you apply to Edison, you apply to one of these 13 pathways. And when you apply to it, you take this career and technical education course for 3 years, which means that when you come in for the 9th grade, you don't take the courses until the 10th grade. And you take this course until the 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. So you'll take one of these career and technical education pathways for 3 years. This is our website where you can see all of our pathways, all of our information on the programs that we offer. For College Board, these are some of the AP classes that we offer at Edison. So along with taking the CT pathways, these are some of the other AP classes that you can take and progress through your experience here in Edison from 9th through 12th grade. For College Now, these are some of the College Now courses that we do offer. Sorry. These are some of the PSAL courses, PSAL sports that we do participate in. And these are some of the school organization and partnerships that we do offer here at Edison. So some of the other experiences outside of the classroom that you can experience is we are part of the Future Ready program and the CareerWise New York City program, the Career Readiness Model Youth Apprentice program. So students that come here, they could participate in the Future Ready program, where we have a data analytics program that we just now started to offer, where students could be in that program and also take some WBL experiences, some College Now classes. And for the Model Youth Apprenticeship, we have students that could participate in this program from 9th to 10th grade, where they could take the career development courses, they could take the career exploration courses and pathway matching courses. And that also leads them into an apprenticeship for 3 years. So students can participate in 3 years where they will be in that program for the 11th and 12th grade program. And then also when they graduate, they'll participate in another year after that. And these are just some of the other organizations that we do offer. So that's just a little bit about Edison that we have here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for presenting. This is very interesting, and I would like to ask you, just like the others, to put your contacts into the chat. And then I would like to ask Assistant Principal of Guidance, Ms. Miriam Ibrahim, to present Hillcrest High School.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Miriam Ibrahim. I'm the Assistant Principal of Guidance here at Hillcrest. Just like many other schools, we are a large comprehensive high school in Queens, New York. We have about 2,400 students. I'll keep my presentation short. I know we've been here for quite some time. So I do want to start off by informing you all, we are actually having our in-person open house next Tuesday, November 21st from 5 to 6 p.m. So if you'd like to learn more, you're more than welcome to. It'll be happening next week. So why choose Hillcrest? One of the most, I think, beneficial, beautiful aspects of Hillcrest is that we do have small learning communities. So although we do have about 2,400 students in the building, we do have 7 small learning communities, which means that every child does get that small school feel. Every child gets an assistant principal, director, guidance counselor, and dedicated teachers that will be with them for 4 years. We have 2 specific college counselors who support you in the college and career process starting in 9th grade, where we also have where advisory begins. This is the first school year where all 4 grades do have advisory, where students have once a week check-ins. And we have access to a variety of AP courses and 2 College Now collaborations that we'll go over with Queensborough Community College and York College. Just to give you guys an example, last year I had a student graduate with over 21 college credits. By the time they went to college as their first year, they were basically they had finished their first semester, almost done with their freshman year of college. So what kind of programs do we offer? We have 2 very specific screen programs. We actually just changed the name to one of them. So if any of you have applied, you might have already noticed our Humanities Honors Academy has moved on to the Pre-College and Honors Academy. They're very focused on the AP Capstone, a bunch of different AP courses, and they are more towards college and ensuring that there's big scholarships for the students. So, and along with my pre-med program, where many of our students end up going actually into the medical field. Then we have admissions by auditions, which is our Academy of Performing and Visual Arts. Right now, our auditorium is under a multi-million-dollar project. So we will be having a new stage and a new performance area for my theater performers, singers, actors. CTE programs, we have 4 state approved one. If anybody has ever seen students who wear scrubs, they look like they might be nurses, they are our students. We have a state known CNA program, Certified Nursing Assistance Program. So that's probably one of our top programs. It all is within health sciences and software engineering. We've moved on to ENT. We have, again, software engineering, virtual enterprise, CAD/CAM, all within health sciences and software engineering. We have civil service programs, the Academy of Public Service and Law, and Teachers of Tomorrow. We actually have an elementary school. We don't share a building, but they're an annex next to us where many of our high school students go over and spend the day with the younger students and they get the teaching experience. And then we have our students who are new to the country, speak a different language. They're part of our Global Citizens program until they transition into one of the SLCs that they're interested in. So I also just quickly wanted to share the codes with you guys. They're all available on the My Schools application platform, which you all have obviously seen at some point. So we'll just pass along this. Again, this is just a glimpse of our AP courses. We've got more that we've added. We definitely have over 20. That's the beauty of having a big school. You're able to, get as many AP courses as you like, as long as there's student interest. Same with our campus sports. We're 3 seasons of varsity and JV. We just had our entire gym redone as well. And we've been approved for a new athletic field, which is coming our way on campus. So something to look forward at here at Hillcrest High School. We also have a bunch of clubs. Again, the clubs are ran by student interests. They too can change. It's really just going to depend on what students want and they advocate for. I will say badminton is very big at our school. So if anyone interested in badminton, we definitely have a spot for you. Health sciences, so as I explained to you all, are one of our top programs known citywide is our certified CNA program, and you can see the students wear scrubs. So once or twice a week, depending on where they are in their internship, they actually leave school and they go to a nursing home where they are learning to be nurses. And many of our students do go on to study nursing, but they are working as a CNA, so they make a decent amount of money just graduating high school. Humanities honors, again, this is where you'll see a lot of our students go on to Ivy Leagues with top scholarships. They're into creative writing, film studies, journalism, Model UN, all within humanities, now also known as pre-college and honors academy. APVA is my visual arts. Again, we're redoing the theater. It's going to look really nice very shortly. We have pre-med, again, one of our top screen programs. We generally produce 100% graduation rate, any Ivy, NYU, a lot of scholarships ran through this program. It's very competitive. The students, they really do take very advanced courses in the sciences. And again, if you come to our open house, we can speak more about, they start taking anatomy in 9th grade and more upper level courses with advanced placement courses starting in 9th and 10th grade. Public service for anybody who's interested in one day going into law, in mock court and trials. This is definitely, again, where the students have hands-on with Council for Unity, laws. Teachers of Tomorrow, you can see here our students are active with the little ones across the street or right on campus. So many of our students do enjoy the experience of learning about the foundations of education and the education profession. Again, we're very lucky to have 2 partnerships. We have Queensborough and York. These are just an example of some of the College Now courses that our students take starting in 10th grade. We also have a Future Ready program where it is tied to our CTE, where they do take more of College Now courses, especially in the sciences. And we start recruiting those students from 9th grade. We are also very fortunate to have an entire college and career office, as I mentioned, to college and career counselors who start this process for you guys in 9th grade. Right now, I have about 200 parents on another Zoom meeting going over the financial aid process as we get ready for college. I have an entire office that will hold your hand along the entire way. These are just some of the universities and colleges that our students have proudly gone on to. Last year alone, we definitely also had 2 full rides to UPenn, which we were excited about. We have students who go all over, trade programs, whatever is suitable for their needs. Just some of our graduates, questions and answers. I'll put my information there. But again, that's my email, mibrahim8@schools.nyc.gov. Hillcrestweb.com has a lot of great information, including all the different fun activities and calendars and things that are going on right now in the school. So please feel free to reach out. I'll also put it in the chat, and thank you so much for the time.
Thank you. Thank you very much for presenting Hillcrest, and also for keeping it short as the night is getting longer. Thank you very much. I would like to invite Principal Kevin Lopez of the Motion Picture Technical High School. We had the pleasure to have you at our CEC meeting. We were really happy to hear about the new high school. Please share with our parents everything you can about Motion Picture Technical High School.
Hi, folks. Good evening. I do not think I have sharing privileges, so if you can provide me with co-hosting. There it is. I see it now. Thank you, folks, so much for this opportunity, and thank you, CEC28, for the chance to come on and speak proudly about this new high school initiative that's coming to Northern Queens. I'll keep it short and sweet. This is an abbreviated presentation. Again, we are under a brand new school coming to Northern Queens in September 2024 under the CUNY and Urban Assembly Network of Schools with Superintendent Fred Walsh. Again, it is my honor to be here with you all. It is coming to Northern Queens. Lights, camera, access is what we are coining. Again, props to Principal Ojeda for inspiring that tagline some weeks ago at the CSA principal event. We're coming to Northern Queens for grades 9 year 1 with a capacity of 200 unscreened seats. Again, this is an unscreened new high school with a Queens priority designation. A little bit about me. I was formerly the assistant principal of art and CT at the High School of Art and Design. I've had the great pleasure of working with some of you in some summer programs. Lavindra, good to see you as well. We started SDI some years back. Before that, I had the great pleasure of building and running and sustaining media arts and film programs across the city, some in the South Bronx. And then I had the opportunity of co-running the prestigious film program at Frank Sinatra School of the Arts, among many other places. So again, within the film space, within the media arts space, and the kind of parallels with CT, with career technical education within the media design portfolio. The vision for Motion Picture Technical High School is to create a pathway for New York City students from diverse backgrounds, preparing them for fulfilling and well-paying careers in the film and television sectors. Okay, this is a very specific school, unscreened, really encouraging aspiring designers, filmmakers, and creatives to really explore Motion Picture Technical High School as an opportunity for high school. Again, we are focused wholeheartedly on preparing young, diverse students to become film and media industry professionals, and we're teaching them the creative and technical skills to take on what the industry calls below the line production roles. So again, that's really the focus for us, right? We certainly are going to build writers, producers, actors, and a lot of different roles above the line, but we're really focusing on the technical and creative skill sets that really make up the roles that are below the line. And those are pretty much all, 95% of all jobs on a film production are considered below the lines. If you're sitting at the end of a movie, at the end of a film, at the end of a show, you see all the end credits, 95% of those end credits are below the line production work. Okay, so 5% are above the line. That includes directors, executive producers, cast, your casting director, and of course your accountants and lawyers. Your below the line production work is everyone else on a film production, from camera to lighting to editing to video effects to production design to hair and makeup and costume design, and the list goes on. Something really important to know in terms of equity and advocacy, really the impetus for creating this is not only there is an absolute demand of young aspiring filmmakers and designers in New York City that just do not have the opportunities to really engage in these types of programs, because many of them, unfortunately, are portfolio based. I come from the High School of Art and Design, and in that program alone, there are 57 seats for the film student, for incoming film freshman students, with about 300 or so students applying each year. And the same applies to other really strong film, media arts, and CTE programs like Sinatra, ACTVF, the Bronx Cinema School. So there is a demand. And this school is built with that lens of really targeting the inequities that continue to exist, not only at the high school level, but also in the industry. Out of the 95% of the industry jobs that are considered below the line, here's a staggering statistic, only 5% of those individuals are people of color. Okay, so we're talking about an industry that's trying to diversify itself, but we really do think that the best way of doing that is from the ground up through a school like Motion Picture Tech, in collaboration with the other media arts CTE film programs that exist in the city. Okay, some of the pathways that we're looking at, we're trying to essentially replicate the success of the High School of Art and Design by really merging the worlds of media arts and CTE, media design. And our goal eventually, once we're state approved, is to build out 3 CTE pathways, one in production, which really covers the disciplines of camera, lighting, and sound, the other one in post-production that covers disciplines in editing, visual effects, animation, virtual reality. We really want to tap into the Unreal Engine. And of course, the third pathway is really exciting because it really applies to our visual artists, our painters, in the realm of art direction, production design, costume design, hair and makeup, so on and so forth. Okay, so citing in admissions, the new building Q472 is opening up at 5316 Northern Boulevard. Those of you that are familiar with the area, that Long Island City, Woodside kind of border, you might have noticed that there is a beautiful new building that is currently under construction. We are pending PEP approval to be one of 3 potential pathway schools that are going to be sited at this location. And once it's scaled up to all 4 grades, each school will have about 800 to 900 students. So Motion Picture Tech will be one of these schools. But again, that site will not be open until September 2025. So New York City Public Schools is working to identify a temporary space in Northern Queens in that same area to open and incubate our 9th grade class of motion picture technical high school students. Again, why Northern Queens? We're talking about a relationship-based industry, the importance of proximity to the studios, Silver Cup, Kaufman Studios, Broadway stages, and the dozens upon dozens of other small boutique production houses and post houses. It's important for us to stay connected with those companies so that our work-based learning, our internship programs are sustainable and they're convenient for the industry to engage with our students in real time. Okay, Motion Picture Tech is currently in the high school directory for the fall 2024 enrollment, and it's giving, again, can't say this again further, but we're saying that this is a Queens priority designated school, which is unscreened. We're very excited to provide students who may have not had this opportunity in the past and now have an opportunity to engage with this type of CTE media arts coursework. Okay, so how to apply, of course, the deadline, as we all know, is December 1st. It's important for students to understand. And again, this applies to all of us. Students need to truly list the schools in the order of true priority. Again, you have 12 options, but the order of priority is essential to determining your placement. This is some open houses that we've had and we're going to continue to have. We've had a couple of virtual and in-person open houses. You might wonder, how are you doing an in-person open house without a site yet? We're doing it in the industry. Our first open house was a couple of weeks ago at Kaufman Studios. The industry itself, it's opening its doors to our families. We had a great opportunity to engage in person. We also have another in-person open house that's happening in Sunnyside Heights at Ari Camera Rental. Ari Camera Rental is it's probably the biggest camera rental and film production rental house in the entire country. And they've just relocated to create their main hub, their headquarters in Sunnyside Heights, which is really exciting because they're opening up our doors to our families so that our families can feel like they've been invited by the industry and we can have those conversations together. We also have a couple of virtual open houses. And what's really exciting is that we're doing the rounds right now in Southeast Queens. Today, I was at a school in Jamaica. Yesterday, I was at another school also in the area. Tomorrow, we're going to be in Far Rockaway. We really want to extend an olive branch to the schools in Southeast Queens because we think that we know it's imperative for this Queens priority school to have a balanced representation of kids from all over Queens in order to really truly make this the place that we want it to become. Like I mentioned, here are some open houses. We have the QR code. This lives on our website as well. I'll put it in the chat as well for you, and you can certainly reach out if you have any questions. These are some pictures of our recent engagement recruitment efforts. We were at William Carr a couple of days ago for about 400 middle school 8th graders that were excited to learn about this. So it turned into a bit of a demo lesson. Today, I was at Catherine and Count Basie Magnet School in Jamaica. And here's a picture of Kaufman Studios, the Zucker Theater that opened its doors to our families. People are excited. Here's our Instagram, Motion Picture NYC. Please follow us. You get to see the story as it unfolds as we build and develop this school in partnership with Urban Assembly and CUNY Schools. We also have some incredible industry partners. The Astoria Film Festival has been a strong ally from the very beginning. Roybal Film and Television Foundation is our leading industry partner from California. Though that foundation was developed by George Clooney, by Don Cheadle, Eva Longoria, and Brian Lord, who's the head of CAA. So we have some really powerful, influential Hollywood folks that see the value in this school who are supporting us in real time. And of course, IATSE. We could not do this without the unions because they are the gatekeepers to the actual below the line jobs. We're partnering with them to create those sustainable pathways for our students so that by the time they graduate from Motion Picture Tech, not only do they have some really wonderful opportunities for at the post-secondary level, but they have opportunities to really engage with the union, get those hours that they need, and really get those fees waived, because those fees in and of themselves dissuade many people of color, dissuade many young people from even venturing into these potential professions. That's it for now. I hope that was fast enough. Thank you. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I will put my information in the chat as well. Thank you, folks. Appreciate the time.
Thank you so much. And yes, parents, if you have any questions to any of the presenters, please put in the chat speak. And then at the end of the presentation, we will allow time for you to ask a question. So we have 2 more high schools left. And I'm going to ask Nathifa Lewis, who is one of our council members, to cover for Principal Harrell, who unfortunately cannot be here today, but she volunteered to give the presentation. And afterwards, we also have Hala here on Zoom, and we also want to give them a moment to share who they are, and if they have a presentation ready, to give them about 5 minutes time. Thank you.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Just give me 1 second. My screen is.
I think we lost Nathifa. Nathifa, are you still here? I think we lost. Okay, then I would say let's continue with Michael Lewis, who is here from Hala. Michael Lewis, can you please unmute yourself? You should be able to.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to share my screen. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. I have so many tabs open. Good evening. So I am from Hillside Arts and Letters Academy, better known as HALA. We are co-located on the Jamaica High School campus. We call ourselves one of the schools on the Hill. So we are the small art school in the Jamaica campus. We pride ourselves on offering an opportunity for students to become well-rounded. And our mission is, we say that our mission is to inspire. So we are dedicated to inspiring, nurturing the students' potential through innovative and rigorous education. So that's why we say we inspire. Our commitment extends beyond the classroom. We believe that becoming a well-rounded student happens through art and creativity. Some of our partnerships that we have, much like any other school, we are partnered with St. John's University and Queensborough Community College. I like to say that no matter what school you choose, you're going to have to take your science, history, math, and English. The difference between each school comes through our electives. So with that being said, some of the art forms that we offer, our music program is based in chorus, piano, and band. For our actual fine arts or arts program, we do mixed media, graphic design, theater, a little bit of film and drama, sculpting, painting, street art, poetry, and spoken word. So through the arts and creativity, again, we believe in the well-roundedness of all of our students. We are a small school. We have over 400 students, closer to 450. In 2023, we graduated 94% of our students, so we had a 94% graduation rate. As far as educational and AP classes, we offer 7 to 8 different AP courses depending on the year. We offer AP art. One of the benefits of our school, being co-located on a campus, we can share AP classes with other schools in the building. So for example, this year I have students who wanted to take calculus, but we were unable to offer calculus. So our students take calculus at one of the other schools in the building. So We also get to share our sports, being co-located. We offer many different sports. Of course, we have traditional basketball, football, baseball, and softball, but we have a lot of the non-traditional sports, like wrestling, cricket, tennis, swimming. And so those are a lot of the things we offer that are campus-wide. We're an advisory style school or an advisory-based school. And what advisory is it's a small class that 17 to 18 students get paired with an advisor, and that advisor gets to know that student and those families really well. And from there, they build that connection, which is at the core of our social emotional learning program. What else did I want to say? I think that was it about our school. I'll answer any questions if we have it. I thought I was going to be last, so I have to turn it over to someone else. But if I'll put my information in the chat, and if there are any questions, feel free to ask.
Thank you so much for jumping in and giving a presentation at such a short notice. I'm sorry that we never received any feedback, but we felt you're here, and I know that the parents are happy to hear from every high school. So thank you very much. I appreciate it so much. Natifa, are you here, and can you unmute yourself to give a presentation for Queens Collegiate?
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, but we only see your cell phone screen right now.
Yeah, that was the issue. Someone called right when I was trying to share, and made it a little bit of an issue. Give me 1 second. I'm sharing my part. In the meantime, in the interest of time, so Mr. Harrell unfortunately had an emergency today from Queens Collegiate, and asked me to present his slides, which is what I'm having a problem presenting right now as the PTA president. I will begin just going over what the presentation was. So part of the motto is to be the change you want to be in the world. And Queens Collegiate is located on the Jamaica High School campus. So it's interesting, we just had HALA go before us. We are co-located with HALA, along with a couple other schools. The difference with Queens Collegiate is that it is a 6 to 8 schools. We mentioned that there are a few of those that are in our district. So we are a middle and high school. And we have typically an extended day that goes from 8:10 to 3 p.m., except on early release Wednesdays when faculty do some professional development. The average class size is about 26 students, and there are many co-taught classes in core subjects for ENL and special education. The graduation rate in this year was 91%. As soon as I get the presentation, Sharon, I may just have to put it in the chat afterwards if I don't get it to come back up. But there is a QR code to the upcoming open houses. There is one coming up this Saturday in person, as well as next Tuesday. Those are the final two before the end of the high school deadline period. So QC considers itself a family. Even though we're on a big campus, the school size is about just over 600 students, and the faculty get to know the students really well. There are many clubs that emphasize student voice. There's middle school mentorships. We are a small school foundation with large school opportunities and really work on preparing students for college and career. In terms of the looking ahead, we do offer a balanced curriculum. QC is not a screen school, and it is not a track school. The belief, as the full name is Queens Collegiate, a college board school, is that there is a post-secondary pathway for all students. College prep classes are required for all students in subjects such as chemistry, physics, algebra 2, computer science, and there are art classes all so every semester throughout high school. And there's access to many college level curricula during high school, starting from the 9th grade. Okay, in terms of the APs, starting in 10th grade, AP History, and US History and AP Computer Science, etc., offered in grade 11. There are some partnerships with St. John's University in terms of for many of the College Now and College Ready courses. There are many other programs that they partner with St. John's for the Liberty Partnership, which provides co-curricular activities for students to help with things such as test prep and other readiness beyond the classroom. In terms of QC culture, there's a restorative approach to problem solving and a focus on social, emotional, and academic learning, many mentoring and peer groups. There are 31 PSAL sports that are available for high school students. As it is a shared campus, these are shared with the other schools and many other interest-based clubs. If there's a club that you do not want, all you need to do is get a few students, and they'll try to find faculty to support and have you have that. Okay, I am going to share the link, as I said, to the open houses and more information. As I said, I apologize for getting interrupted just as I was presenting, and then of course, even though I'm the tech person, my technology went a little bit wonky. But consider Queens Collegiate as an option. As I said, it's a middle to high school, 6 to 8. There are only a few of them throughout the district and across the city in general. I know we had a couple of other similar schools that presented like York Early College. They also are 6 to 12. And then we have some post-secondaries that are like 9 to 14. But being a small school on a big campus and you getting to still have that close family opportunity is one of the things that QC is very proud of. And part of being a family is the reason that though I'm just the PTA president, the principal felt okay with saying, okay, if you can present our slides for me, because he really regretted not being here today. So I will put I'll put the principals and parent coordinator information in the chat, as well as the link to the open houses and the chat. I apologize again that the presentation was not short. So the principal, Mr. Harrell, Mr. James Harrell, Mr. Harrell at Queens Collegiate .org. Okay, and he is very responsive to Queens.
Thank you so much, Nathifa. And I would like to let parents know that we have one more high school, and I apologize for not introducing you earlier. There was a mistake. I would like to let YECA, York Early College Academy, assistant principal, Dr. Amina Gordon, to present about YECA.
Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for accommodating and welcome. Can you see my screen, my presentation? Yes, okay, awesome. So we're York Early College Academy. As Nathifa had introduced us, thank you so much. So we are a 6 through 12 school. This is our team, Dr. Angeles, who sends his apologies for not being here today. He's definitely not doing well. So he asked me to step in on his behalf. We are a 6 through 12 school located in South Jamaica, Queens. However, we are also housed on the York College campus, because our 11th and 12th graders are taking full-time college classes. So they have a full schedule of 12 credits each semester, which function as dual enrollment. And also we go into some pre-major track, which I'll go into. This is our mission and vision, which is the heart and core of how we function in all of our decisions, whether we are at the main campus on South Jamaica, Queens, at the Richard S. Grossley building. We are co-located there. And we are also at the York College campus, which is where I am the AP of college supervision. Our core values are also a big part of how we function. It is evident in our classroom, in our lesson and instructions. So this is our data so far. We had 100% graduation rate last year. 100% of our students were college ready. 94% of our students are college ready in math, and 100% of our students earn between 3 and 60 college credits because of the nature of our program. We are an early college school under affinity. So this is what we start in middle school. Some of our academics. So just to give you an idea, then in 11th grade, this is an 11-month program. So we do not, in July, our students are, once they are on track to graduate, they are welcomed to do their first college classes at the end of 9th grade and at the end of 10th grade. And by 11th and 12th grade, they are full-time at your college. And the only summer they get off after high school is when they graduate in 12th grade, because we have them for July doing classes. And they do one classes, which is Monday through Thursday from 9 to 12. So it's not too overwhelming. They could still do internships and other things. So this is what we have for our program. And we have college access for all, which is we try to nurture a college going culture. And this is how we try to do it through our college tours, career tours, and in the classrooms. So I want you to concentrate on the high school program. So from 9th grade, our students are already delving into a more rigorous high school program. And then they do their first course, Speech 101. 10th grade, they still have a high school program, but that's when they end their last year. So they have Speech 160. In 11th and 12th grade, in 11th grade, if you look at the menu of courses, at the high school, we do have some students who may not join us for 11th grade, but it is really a handful, less than 5. But most of them are on the college campus. And if you look at the last bucket right there, these are our college classes that we offer. In the winter, we also have a mandated junior advisory / college advisory, where we have a intense curricula where we prepare students to get their college application documents ready, so that by the time they get to this time of the year, in senior year, they already have their college applications in. This is, so we've definitely put some work in to create what we call pre-major tracks. So in 11th grade, they're dual enrolling, where the courses they'll do will also count as high school credits, but essentially at the end of 11th grade, they have completed the high school menu. They're actually ready to graduate. So for 12th grade, what we do is we offer them pre-major tracks. So it sort of provides them with a more concentrated, focus-based program. So they have either business track to choose from, and those are the many of courses that our students do, health professions. So they're doing anatomy and physiology, they're doing stats, humanities, and STEM. During our junior advisory, which happens in the winter and also in June, we're very intentional about helping them do serious career research. So they are choosing their pre-major track from with knowledge, right? It's an informed decision that they're making. So we support them in that. Humanities is where we have those students who may not be too sure where they want to go. So if you look at the humanities track, we do offer them a little bit of everything. And then we also have our academic and social emotional support. That is a big part of what we do, whether they are at the main campus or they are on the college. So we have those kind of support.
Excuse me, we have about 2 minutes left.
I'll be done in 2 minutes, believe me. We have our clubs and athletics. PSAL is a big part of what we do also. And these are our students engaging in the different PSAL activities and dance. This is what we ask our students to maintain 85% and 95% attendance. We do support them if they're not there. And this is our website, which has all our contact information and additional information that you may need. So please feel free to scan that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Gordon, for keeping it very short and sweet. It's so good to hear from you. I do know that I checked the chat. There is no parent who would like to ask any question, but I know that one of our council members would like to ask a question. Lou, can you please? Okay, good.
I like ask a question to both First Hugh and Hugh side. Hugh because a lot of both are zone school for District 28, and a lot of parents are zoned for those two schools. The question is, if a student get into either of those schools as a zone student, can they switch program, or they can kind of slice and dice classes to fit their academic need? Because many of the students might academic advance, but because of the nature of admission, they may not get lucky because the number is there's a lottery number or whatever. So when they get in, can they switch program, or just slice their classes? That's the question.
This is Paul Wilbur from Forest Hills High School. One of the advantages of a large school like ours, with the popularity it has, is that we have a variety of classes that are going to be of a high academic, a rigorous academic challenge for students, including for ninth graders at the honors level, immediately when they come in on the zone program. It is harder for a zone student to enter into one of the select programs like the law program or the Sagan program, because those are application programs that have been that have undergone the normal entrance or admissions process. One of the things I did mention is that we have other programs for students that are meant to focus their studies. So a zone student that comes in will be eligible to enter into our computer science program, our business program, or our Academy of Public Service, all of which are public facing, all of which have community oriented efforts. And at some point in their career, the students will be able to take College Now classes and AP classes for the rigor. So the quick answer is that a zone student coming in will see, to Forest Hills High School, will see very challenging work, but they won't necessarily, as a ninth grader, be able to enter into one of the programs, because those will have collected students from the admissions process.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you, principals, assistant principals, for staying on until the very end. Parents, if you have any question, this is the last chance to ask it. Otherwise, I would ask you to contact directly the schools. They left their contact information in the chat. Feel free to reach out. I know this is not easy. I still have 3 years left before I have to go through the process with my own child. But I'm just so happy to see that we have such a good selection of high schools in our district and beyond. I want to thank you for presenting, and I want to wish you a good evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you for moderating. Thank you for moderating tonight. I know
You're very welcome.
Yeah, appreciate it.
If you could send us the slides so that we can publish it on our website, that would be wonderful. Thank you so much. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.